The US Naval Dry Docks on Terminal Island near Los Angeles on Christmas Eve 1944. It was taken by the Bureau of Aeronautics as part of an effort to document the monumental wartime shipbuilding program. Using the National Archives, I've identified most of the vessels present, and it tells the story of the Battle of Leyte Gulf and the appearance of the deadly kamikaze threat. This facility was built as part of the emergency naval expansion program after the fall of France in June 1940, and it became operational in February 1943. There are 3 dry docks here, one 1,100 feet long and another 2 almost 700 feet long. In dry dock number 1 sits the Sangamon-class escort carrier USS Santee. She had been part of Taffy 1, one of the 3 escort carrier groups furnishing air support to the Leyte invasion. On October the 25th, the ship was hit by a kamikaze and torpedoed by a Japanese submarine within just 15 minutes. Remarkably, the little carrier was able to continue air operations and made the 7,000-mile journey back to Los Angeles. Also squeezed into dry dock number 1 is the fleet oiler Platt, undergoing a routine overhaul. The Platt was a veteran of the Doolittle raid at the start of the war. Interestingly, the 2 ships share the same type of hull. Alongside pier number 1 to the right lies the World War I era battleship USS New York. After service in the Atlantic, she was passing through on her way to join the invasion fleet for Iwo Jima. Just above her is another veteran, the battleship USS Arkansas, fresh from her role in Operation Overlord. She too was en route to join the 5th Fleet at Ulithi. This cropped shot gives us another angle of the 2 old warriors. In dry dock number 2 is another survivor of Leyte Gulf, the escort carrier USS Kalinin Bay. She was part of the famous Taffy 3 task unit at the Battle of Samar, where she traded fire with the Japanese heavy cruiser Haguro. With only a single 5-inch gun, she managed to hit Haguro and even a Japanese destroyer, though she was struck by around 14 18-inch shells in return. After escaping the Japanese fleet, she was then hit by 2 kamikazes. The fact that she made it here is nothing short of miraculous, a testament to her crew's resilience. In dry dock number 3 is the heavy cruiser USS Wichita, a one-of-a-kind ship. She also fought at Leyte Gulf, finishing off the crippled Japanese carrier Chiyoda off Cape Engano. Problems with her screws forced her to retire here for repairs. Also in port are 6 Haskell-class attack transports. These ships were a variation of the Victory ship, itself a successor to the Liberty ship. 117 Haskells were built, with each unit taking just 90 days from keel laying to commissioning. The vessels here had just completed their shakedown cruises and were undergoing post-shakedown repairs before heading forward. All have been identified except the ship at the top, painted in dazzle camouflage measure 32-6A. Records of her identity remain elusive, but she's one of 34 Haskells known to have carried this scheme. A quick thanks to usndazzle.com for their excellent camouflage database. I'll put the link in the description. Another attack transport can be seen as well, the Gilliam-class USS Butte, undergoing post-shakedown work. Our final casualty from Leyte Gulf is the fleet oiler Ashtabula on pier number 3. She had been struck by an aerial torpedo while operating off the Leyte Gulf beachhead. No casualties were sustained, but this photo shows the damage done to the ship. On pier number 4 sits the Alamosa-class cargo ship USS Ortoga, which was being converted into an ammunition ship. She would later operate at Ulithi, supplying the fleet with ordnance. Finally, we can see the Klondike-class destroyer tender Arcadia fitting out on pier number 3. She was commissioned in September 1945. If you have anything to add, please comment and don't forget to subscribe.